All right, so today I've got a pretty big project and it's a lot easier than you might think. I've actually just removed all the PPF on my Model Y, which was kind of a big project. I have completely done the whole car. It is clean, spotless, and it's ready to get a ceramic coat applied. And this is one of those categories that frustrates me to see how much people are paying to have ceramic coat applied, because it truly is so easy to do yourself. Now, the product itself, don't cheap out. So if it's not $100 or more, it's probably not an actual ceramic product. And that's what we're applying today. So this particular ceramic I have used, or this brand I should say, I have used on all of our cars. Usually I apply PPF and then I apply the ceramic on top of that. And what that does is it gives a nice top coat, a surface where getting the bugs off is so much easier. And but if you don't have PPF, like is now the case on our Model Y, then what it's going to do is it's going to help prevent light scratching. It's going to help make it easier to clean, especially with bugs and things like that. But it will not stop rock chips, and that's what PPF does. And that's why you should seriously consider PPF. Video right here on how to install that. It's pretty DIY friendly as long as you're handy, and you can save a ton of money by doing it yourself. And that is also the case now here with ceramic. So we're going to apply this today. So this brand has made a new formula, and based on where the industry is going, what they've done is this is a highly concentrated formula so that this actually applies in just one coat, where previously you'd put 2 coats down and a top coat. Now you just apply this one coat. It's super concentrated and it'll put a protection barrier on the paint. Now the beautiful thing is I actually applied PPF on the, not necessarily the day, but definitely the week that I got this car. I didn't drive it anywhere except for from the delivery center to home, and it sat in the garage until I could put PPF on it. And so this paint that is exposed now is the same condition it was when I bought the car. Now, I did not, however, wrap these mirrors. So what you can kind of see is not just some of the pitting, but some of the actual damaged paint that's on here. So we've got a lot of areas where rocks have chipped, scratches certainly, and I've gotten a lot of the surface stuff off, but we're gonna have to do some more work on this mirror. The mirrors were the only things not covered with PPF, and look at that compared to this. That is a big difference, big difference. So that's kind of a testament to the power of PPF and how good it is at protecting the paint. So what we need to do is kind of clean this down even another layer. All right, so what we're looking at here is Squeaky Clean Surface Prep, and this is kind of like, it comes in an orange belt, new finish. It's a lot like that. It does not have a cutting agent in it, so it's not abrasive, but this stuff is a nice paste. It's easy to apply and to buff off, but basically we're going to use this to try to cut back on some of these other surface contaminants that I just couldn't get off with alcohol alone. So this will help take off that top layer of stuff that's kind of stuck on the paint here. So if you're in a position where you've cleaned the car, you didn't protect it from new, you're gonna need something like this to cut down and to get you as close to a perfect layer as possible. Understand, once you put ceramic on that, it's sealed in. So whatever you don't get off will be there essentially forever. All right, so what we're gonna do is take our microfiber towel that comes with the kit. We're gonna put some of this paste on it, and then we're basically going to work this in and on the mirrors, kind of spread it out so it's not so gunked up in one spot. And in circular motions, we're just gonna kind of buff this. And what we're looking for is if you can see any particular contaminants, we're looking for those to disappear. And you might have to do this a couple of times, but once you've kind of done that, you want to let it sit for a moment, and then you're gonna wipe it all off. So you'll buff it off like a wax. You can just use the other side of the microfiber that you were using, and I can already feel it's better, and a lot of that's already gone. So still have some here, so let's apply some more. Although it's not perfect yet, look how much better that is. So all that stuff up here, it's really slick now. It's it's really gotten down to a fine layer. So I'll work this area a little bit more and get the rest of that off. Do be careful around your trim. This can stain plastics, and it may have an effect on your powder coat here on, I guess, just this part here. So just be careful around the trim. Try not to get it on there, and wipe it off pretty much immediately if you do. So it's that simple. Once you get your car completely clean and then go over it one more time with an alcohol wipe, you're ready to apply this stuff. And the kit comes with a few things you're gonna need for this. So this is what you're gonna use to apply the ceramic. So you're literally gonna place it on this pad and you're gonna work it in just like you would with the wax. Now this stuff, you don't really wanna come in contact with your skin. It will actually stick to your skin for a while. So you'll feel that ceramic on your skin after you do this if you don't wear a glove. So wear a glove, it comes with a glove. And then once that kind of rainbow's over, you'll see it haze and it looks like a rainbow. That's when you'll buff it off with just any old microfiber towel. What's left behind is the ceramic coat. So we're gonna take our ceramic coat now. I'm gonna start applying it on the vehicle. First though, let me give you a close-up of how we apply this. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna place some of this onto the pad, and point of reference, go pretty heavy on it. It actually applies better when it's a little bit thicker, but you're gonna wanna go in straight lines, back and forth, and up and down. And it says to do it in a 3-foot area, 3 by 3 foot area at a time. I find by putting this much product onto the applicator pad, you can usually get away with about the whole panel if you go about this speed. It doesn't matter necessarily the speed in which you apply it. What matters is leaving it on there long enough that it does the job. So we're gonna do half this fender now, and we'll see it flash here in just a moment, and then we can buff it off. Do not, under any circumstances, do your entire vehicle before buffing this off. I have done that once in the past, and I regretted it very much. So I just did this front fender here, and what you can see now is with the light, you can start to see some of this rainbowing happen, and we want that to happen everywhere. That shows us that we've had evaporation, and what's left underneath that rainbowing is indeed the ceramic coat. So we can start to see that we're having all of this, except for the last bits, maybe still a little bit left to go. It only takes a few minutes, up to 5 minutes, but let it sit there, let it do its thing across the whole panel before you buff this off. Let's go ahead now, get a fresh microfiber just for buffing, and let's start to buff this off. Now you can see there's no more rainbowing, and you can kind of start to see a little bit of the difference here. You get a little bit more of a gloss, more of a clear gloss on the ceramic side. So I'm gonna keep going. It is now 5:31, 5:32. So let's see how long this takes to finish doing the whole car. What time is it? It is 6 o'clock, so less than 30 minutes to do the entire car. Now, you can wait 24 hours and put another coat on top of this if you want. Now you need to let this sit and cure for 24 hours, and that's gonna really let this harden up. And when it's cured, it's in place and it's doing its job. And you can wait that 24 hours and put another coat on top of this if you like. But as you saw, about 30 minutes, and this is some really good stuff. And I don't know if you've gotten a quote, but I've seen quotes $600, $1,200 to do this. Yes, I'm sure they have some other blends that might be even tougher, but man, it's about 150 bucks for you to do it yourself. And in between washes, you're just gonna notice this so much, and it's gonna really help protect the paint, make it last, make it shiny, make it glossy for much, much longer. And after that, in 3 or 5 years, in between that area, you can apply another coat. So that's pretty much it for mytesla.com. Use code BTGCC to save some money. But man, I think that you're gonna be really happy with doing this yourself. This is not very hard to do, so you should definitely give it a try on your own. So I thank you for joining us today. I can't wait to catch you on the next one.